Hello, and welcome to the Gamer's Closet. I'm your host, Douglas Weed, and today we're going to be talking about Mother's Helper. Mother's Helper is a game manufactured by Milton Bradley in 1969. The game is rated for 2 to 4 players, runs for about 20 minutes of game time, and is rated for ages 5 and up. But let's dig into it a little further, shall we? Mother's Helper was released in 1969 by Milton Bradley. It was marketed as a lively game that takes the players upstairs, downstairs, and all through the house. The players race to complete their chores to become the winning Mother's Helper. The game also had a note for parents stating that this game improves reading skills and helps teach children good habits. Besides the United States copy, it only has one additional printing, which was in Australia by the John Sands Company of the same year. The game does come with multiple pieces. It does come with 4 player tokens in red, green, blue, and yellow. Comes with 20 different chore cards, comes with a board, and comes with a multicolored spinner. In some cases, the spinner has been lost or damaged, so you can replace it with a standard D6 dice, so that way you can make the game playable again. To set up this game, carefully remove the cards from the tray, shuffle and place them printed side down near the game board. Each player selects one playing piece and places it on the Mother's Helper square in the corner of the board. Each player spins the spinner. Highest spin goes first, followed clockwise by the others. To begin, the first player draws a card from the pile. The card will give them a chore to perform and the room that they must perform it in. The player spins the spinner and moves their playing piece along the white squares that amount of spaces. The player may choose any path in going to and from the Mother's Helper square. Once they have chosen a path, they must continue on it. If a player lands by exact count on one of the penalty spaces, they must follow the instructions printed there. Once the player reaches the white circle in the room where the chore is to be performed, not by necessarily exact count, then the chore has been completed. The player must now return to the Mother's Helper square unless otherwise instructed on the card. When the player reaches the Mother's Helper square, they draw another card and proceeds as before to complete their chore. The first player to return to the Mother's Helper square after completing 3 chores wins the game. Well, this has been an overview of Mother's Helper. Mother's Helper is one of those interesting games from the 60s that Milton Bradley put out that's on the little stranger side. It has been marketed for kids. Basically, it teaches them chores and how to read, and it was marketed to parents and schools to help promote reading and good habits to have in your normal life. The game by itself is fairly easy to pick up, fairly easy to learn. It looks pretty good. The art on it is kind of nice. It has this nice kind of cartoon look to it, but it presents itself well. The game is very easy to play. It goes online anywhere from about $10 to $40, so it is a little on the rarer side for printings. It is not a common game to find. If you do pick it up, I would recommend giving it a shot. It is a decent game just for what it is. It's a little on the simplistic side, because again, it's marketed towards 5 to 10-year-olds, but as the game goes, it's not that bad. If you want to pull it out for a family night, sure, I'd say give it a shot, but it's not a game that I would recommend to play at a more seasoned level. But if you haven't played it before, I would recommend at least playing it. But like I said, the game is a little on the simplistic side, and like I said, it has been marketed towards kids. And like I said, if you can find a copy of it, I would recommend picking it up because it is a little on the rarer side. So like I said, if you haven't played it before, I would recommend playing this game. Well, that's it from us here at the Gamer's Closet. We'd like to thank you for checking out our video on Mother's Helper from Milton Bradley. If there's a game in the future you'd like us to review or go over, please put it in the comments below. Please hit subscribe so that way you can be the first to check out our future content. And as always, please have a great gaming day.